I did her makeup the year after 2 years after she had won. So she had won, she had passed the crown, and then she was a judge. So she had reached out to me and said, "Can you do my makeup?" And I was like, "Me?"
Hi, Pepsters! I'm Rachelle. Welcome to PEP Spotlight.
Yes, and my name is Nikko. We are your host for today's episode of PEP Spotlight nga. And we have a very special guest today, di ba, Pingshi? Sobrang special as in superstar levels. Ay, taray, kabog. Please welcome Patrick
Patrick
Starr.
Starr!
Hi.
Hi, Patrick! Welcome to PEP Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Me too. Oh my gosh, I'm a little starstruck because I'm a big fan. I watch all your makeup
Vlogs.
vlogs
Oh my
and
gosh.
tutorials on YouTube. So forgive me if I'm a little dumbfounded at times. Sorry. So let's
Thank you
start the
so
interview.
much. Yes, let's do it.
So Ping, want to ask the first question.
Okay, so can you share with us what One Size is all about? What is the story behind this brand?
One Size Beauty was started in 2020, and it was inspired by a quote that I had in 2016 when I was shopping for makeup in the mall, and I mean shopping for clothes, and I nothing could fit me in the store. And I said, "Dang, you know what I can't buy? I can't buy anything in here, but I can buy makeup because makeup is a one size fits all." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I trademarked that tagline in 2016, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So when it came to like the brand's opportunity, I said, "What should I call it?" And we ended up with calling the brand One Size Beauty because makeup is a one size fits all. And the brand is about love. It's about love for yourself, it's about love for others. The brand is red and pink. And with me as a Filipino founder of this brand, it's important to me that we represent everyone. You know, I'm also a part of the LGBTQ community. I'm gay, I'm plus size, and a minority in an industry that I thought I would never be successful in. But through my brand, I want to make sure that there's room for everyone and that we accept everyone. And our mission is to spread love, and that's why our brand is red and pink. So we've been a brand for almost about a year and a half now, and we are available here in the Philippines, North America, pretty 7 countries in Southeast Asia. And it's really cool for celebrities, peers, subscribers, and fans to really love the products from our brand that we're coming out with. So that's what the brand is.
So is this something that you expected for to do? Because of course you're a fashion icon and makeup is something that you've always been doing. That's what made you known in the business. So were you challenged like to translate that into fashion?
Yeah, it was so hard for me to really think of like what do I want my brand to be, you know, because this was a part of me. And you know, it's so funny because when I wanted to design like the logo of our brand, I said, what can I make the logo? And you know, I told my design team, I want something a little bit chubby, I want something fierce, I want something flashy. Pero hindi, you know, I don't know what I want it to be. So then they made this chubby, fierce chrome logo. And I was like, oh my God, that kind of looks like me if it was like a brand, you know, plus size, chrome, fierce. And that's the one thing when it comes to creating your own brand is like, how do you put your DNA? How do you make it feel like you and authentically you? Because if you don't know your identity as a brand, then it's not going to be strong. But I had to do a lot of soul searching. I had to do a lot of interviews with myself to really discover who I wanted to be. And I think that was the hardest part of soul searching for what I wanted the brand to become and what it meant to everybody else. But I feel like we've accomplished that in a short amount of time.
So, Patrick, you mentioned that the idea actually started 2016, but what made you really decide to go for a beauty brand? And what year did that parang snap got into your mind and, okay, let's do this shit?
Yeah, you're fine. I said, let's do this thing um, in around 2018, 2019. I had done my collaboration with MAC Cosmetics, and I was like, this is so fun creating makeup, creating beauty, and seeing people love it. And I remember when I came here to the Philippines when I was doing my MAC collaboration, Chris Aquino was like, I want to meet you. I want to have lunch with you, and I want to try your eyeshadow. I was like, what? And so we had met. She took me out to lunch. We had an interview. And to see me, a Filipino boy, transcend beyond the borders of, Orlando, Florida, all the way to here in Manila, internationally, I said, I think there could be more after Mac. There could be something for me, something that really is truly me. And so that's when it sparked an idea in my head when people like her and other celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Tyra Banks, Paris Hilton, they're all texting me like, "Oh my God, I want your makeup. I want your makeup spray. I want your powder foundation." It's so crazy because it's just really exciting and it makes me happy that they're wanting something that I've created.
What was the process like this time around? Since you mentioned doing a collab with Mac and now doing your own, so how different working on those two things are?
um, Working on a collaboration, you work within the parameters of what they have, like their formulas, their ideas, their packaging. But for me, I got to pick the colors, the finishes, each and every single detail, like the finish of the cap. Do I want what I want it to say? Who do I want in the commercial? What do I want the commercial to sound like? So for One Size, everything that we do is all about expression. So we have music and movement through makeup. So when I launched my first makeup remover called Go Off, it's a makeup dissolving mist. I'm not gonna spray it now because my makeup will start melting and it'll come off. It's just a thin mist. You spray it all over your face, and your makeup starts melting, so it goes off. And I recorded my third music video. I recorded my song and filmed my third music video with Go Off, and I had superstar voguers from the ballroom community, like Leomi Anderson and Deshaun Wesley, really vogue and express themselves. And that was a really big part of like my journey and what I wanted the brand to be. So that was really exciting to see music and movement happen through makeup.
So how do you feel about that? That a lot of your big names or were really supportive of your brand, like for your music collabs and for the launch of One Size.
It's crazy to see like my friend when my friends love it, I know they're very honest with me. I have very honest friends that have been with me from the beginning, and I have them test a lot of the products and the ideas. I come up with crazy costumes and songs and music. So it's exciting to see my friends love it, and the acceptance and the excitement that comes from my makeup, whether it's eyelashes or my powder or my eyeshadow. It's crazy cool to see celebrities embrace that. Celebrity makeup artists that are using it on their clients embrace it too. Like the makeup artists of the Kardashians and Doja Cat and the supermodels are really really excited to use One Size Beauty, and I'm getting DMs every day. Um, like, oh my God, I love it. Naomi Campbell texts me, can I get some more of this product? And I'm like, Naomi Campbell's like texting me. So it's really cool to see people really love the product.
This is a curious question though. We all know how brutal can beauty vloggers can be when it comes to doing makeup reviews. Were you worried at that time when you were launching what they will say about your brand?
Always, always, but that's what makes a good business is to really listen to the consumer and really make changes really fast and really understand who's reacting to the product and why. And if not, and if it is a bad review, what can I do as a creator and as a CEO to educate? Because my way of makeup is very different than the person next to me and next to them. So the way that I do makeup can be totally different, but it's a matter of working together and listening to the customer and listening to the creator to see how I can make a difference or show how to do it a different way that applies to them. So that's, I feel like, really important. I'm not going to take any negative criticism and sit in a corner and boohoo about it. I really have to listen and make a business decision that will help aid those problems and help them find a solution.
Unfortunately, you haven't received any bad review so far, and we're hoping for none.
Yes, thank you.
Prior to launch, what were the challenges that you encountered when you were creating like the line and the during the creative process? Like, were there anything that was really difficult for you?
COVID was the most difficult thing. We had this big idea, and the three brands that we're going to launch in, Sephora was Makeup by Mario, Selena Gomez, Rare Beauty, and PatrickStarrr with ONESIZE. And we were established in 2020, but we were like so excited. We had big ideas. We were going to launch around June of 2020 for Pride and have this big go off voguing eleganza extravaganza parade, and it didn't happen. We got shut down in March, and I had to build a business and a brand in Sephora nationwide in North America virtually on Zoom. So to come up and interview employees, imagine I'm doing interviews. I don't know how they feel. I don't know how they look like. I don't know if they like me. I don't know if I like them. Like, it was such a crazy time to build a business in a pandemic. But working together and virtually was actually easier than everyone else thought, because I'm already digitally native anyways. So being a digital content creator and interacting with an audience to millions of people online, I was like, I got this. I can build a brand online easy. So they really listened to me and they trusted me with my guidance to create a beautiful brand that I'm so proud of. So communication, listening and being disciplined to listen and to take advice to others really helped build the brand and exceed those expectations.
Oh my gosh, I love how you easily embrace the situation.
It's crazy, it's hard, but it was a lot of praying, it was a lot of talking to my parents, it was a lot of talking to my family and what do I do, you know? And I really had to listen I had to listen to myself and what was right for the brand, because this is, you only get one chance to launch, you know? And I was like, oh my God, like, we're gonna launch in a pandemic. It's so, it was so sad, but we took that and embraced it because I was digitally native. And I think it was I wouldn't have launched it any other way. I filmed a beautiful campaign video and commercial, and we really made a splash online and in the business of Sephora too.
That's great.
Um, this is another curious question. You are known for being a creator or for your creativity with makeup, with expressing yourself, with fashion. But what have you learned on the business side of things, of starting your own company, of making your own brand?
So I have so many analogies for certain things. And when I look at building a business, I look at it like a car. There's a lot of, and you have to think of a business as a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. And so that was for me from this point A, and I want to go to success. So for me to build a brand, I need wheels, I need gas, I need guidance, I need a map. And so I really was focused on building this brand like building a car. And I've never built a car, but I knew I had the fuel and the drive in me to have this journey with everyone. And I learned from somebody that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so for me to build a successful team, I really talked to other successful brand founders in the industry, whether they were in skincare, whether they were in hair, whether they were in makeup. And I said, what does it take? They said, you need this piece of your brand, you need marketing, you need product development, you need digital, you need social, you need sales, you need coordinators. So they really told me, and I drew a map and I drew a web chart, and I started plugging who I wanted to be my key players. But if I didn't have a role, a lot of us had to wear two hats at one point. And it took a lot of interviews and specific questions to make this amazing team come to life. And I have an amazing team behind me. And I pinch myself every day because I was like, who's ever going to want to work with me or for me in beauty? Because I'm so different. I wear the most makeup. I'm the most gay. I'm the most plus size. I'm so crazy, but that's what makes it really fun. So I'm very blessed and honored to have an amazing team work with me on this brand and also support someone like me in this industry. And building a team is the number one advice when it comes to creating a successful brand.
I think it's your passion, Patrick. I mean, you were saying that you were kind of scared that no one's gonna support you, but you've established yourself as a um, makeup expert, and like you really love what you do. So I think that really helps for other people to really trust you, and I guess trust your brand too.
Yes, thank you.
Does it
Um,
help that like your I believe I read it somewhere that your father is an entrepreneur. So does your interest in business, like, for sure it's not easy for some, it's not easy to grasp all that, that like knowledge in marketing, and what you were explaining earlier.
Definitely like my dad and my mom. So my mom is a was a nurse for many
Mm.
years, over 30 years. And for her to really touch patients and heal them from the inside out and be very nurturing and caring, and my dad being an entrepreneur in real estate and making a transaction but getting to know his clients emotionally to give them a home or give them a dream is the combination and the synergy between my dad's entrepreneurship and my mom's heart for people. I took that, and that was just a very good foundation for me to understand and how to be compassionate when it comes to learning a business. Because at the end of the day, understanding your weaknesses is going to be your strength, and not a lot of people are willing to accept showing their weaknesses. But as soon as I said I don't know it all, as soon as I said I don't know, people said, let me teach you. And I listened and I learned. And also a lot of my insecurities of not knowing became my strength because I would ask more questions. So when I would go on these brand trips, when I would go to Paris, when I would go to Japan or London with a brand, I would ask them, how did you do that? How does that work? Oh, is this your team? So, and they would teach me and they would tell me this is how our brand functions. And I said, how can I be a good key player or influencer to have this partnership successful? And so when I learned all of these things through being an inquisitive person, I not only was making room for me, but also for other people to understand this business of beauty for other businesses to start. And there is no playbook, there is no textbook, there is no university class, there is no business class on how to be a successful beauty mogul. But I think listening to yourself and listening to your heart and listening to other people and what they have to say and understanding your weaknesses really taught me how to build a successful brand.
I love that. That willingness to learn. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Go, Nico.
And there's a lot of beauty creators who also made their own makeup lines, makeup brands. But what do you think makes one size stand out?
The community. It's for everybody. My demographic is so large. You know, when I look at my data and my analytics, you know, on my website and also through the Sephora customer, we have so many Latinos, we have so many people of color, women of color, men of color that are buying into one size. So that's very different for the brand, and that's what I feel makes it so different. Because if you look at other brands, there's a certain type of look or a certain type of person or skin tone or age demographic that hits that target a brand. But because we are so one size fits all, it's not only a challenge, but it's a challenge accepted. And I think because I show different types of beauty from the different celebrities that I've done, the different type of makeup that I do, whether I'm doing drag or I'm doing natural makeup, people really resonate with the spontaneity that I offer through my channels and also through the people that I work with and that I partner with to exemplify who we are as a brand. And I think that that's what makes One Size so different than any other brand in the industry.
Another curious question. So we all know that all the products that you have on your beauty brand is your babies, but do you have your like top three favorites, that the three things or three makeup products that you don't leave your house without?
Oh my gosh, yes, I have them right here. I have my Until Dawn waterproof setting spray. This is this will I've sprayed this and went underwater in a pool, and my makeup has not moved. My celebrity makeup artist friend Wendy Miyake, who does Kris Jenner, Doja Cat, Kelly Rowland, she just bought four of these. She is such an amazing friend, and it's a fine mist, and it's waterproof, 24 or 16-hour wear, really, really strong. Love this. I also love our that I can't leave the house without is our mm, Turn Up the Base powder foundation. This comes in 32 colors. There's rice silk powder in this, so it makes your makeup just so beautiful and smooth. It's beautiful, it's blurring, it's bulletproof, and you can wear this alone by itself, or you can wear it with other concealers and products, but it's really buildable in medium to full coverage. I love this. And I also love our Point Made eyeliner, which is a beautiful liquid eyeliner pen. I'm wearing it right now. It's so black. It's waterproof. It's 24-hour wear. And it's really, really, really precise when it comes to doing your eyeliner. And it's so easy because it's in a pen. I don't have to dip into a gel or sharpen a pencil. This is literally one of I think our number one selling product, this eyeliner, Point Made.
I
Oh
think
my
I'm getting the
god.
foundation for myself.
And the
Yes.
spray, like for girls, like when they go to the beach, for sure, like when you don't want your makeup messed up, like, you want to be pretty even if you're swimming.
Or maybe
Yes.
when you're crying
And this
under the rain.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm from Florida, so the Florida is very similar to the weather here in the Philippines. So it's very humid. We're a peninsula, just like one of the islands here. So I feel like I learned a lot from geographically on how to create a successful makeup look.
I imagine when you were creating these products because you're a makeup user yourself, you really have this, okay, I have an idea what my makeup would be, and this is what I want to look for in my products. Um,
Yeah, I had to really look at fashion and I had to look at function of what I wanted the makeup to be because we can have a pretty package. Like this is the fashion part of it. This is the fashion part of it. I actually created this because I have long nails and I wanted this like nice little tab. So that's like the fashion part of it. but the function was like, will this look good on my skin? Will it last on my skin? And so that's the synergy and the ideology and thought process that it takes for me to execute a successful product development um, idea come to life.
Oh my gosh. That's so
So
exciting. You know, your
Thank you.
transition, the transition that you made. Oh my gosh.
so since I'm
Thanks.
planning to get myself one, where can your fans, your Filipino fans, get one size beauty?
Yeah, at Sephora.com. I think .ph is it here. So online and hopefully, in maybe some stores in the Philippines in the future. But as of now, we are available online at Sephora here in the Philippines.
I see.
Sephora.ph.
Add to cart na
Yes.
guys, alam nyo na. For the
Are you
holidays too.
in the future, are you planning to put up a physical store?
Oh my God, it would be a dream. I think once things subside, I'm able to really look at the business and see what we're able to do. But most definitely, I would love to see things open up and hopefully open up a business here as well.
All right. So we've learned a lot about Patrick's brand, One Size, and Pepsters. For us to get to know Patrick better, it's now time for our Pep
Pep challenge!
Challenge.
Yay!
Okay,
So
go ahead.
Pishi, our pep challenge today is fast talk.
Okay,
So
perfect.
Okay,
we'll
so for
ask,
our first
we'll
question,
ask,
Nico.
okay. First question for PatrickStarrr. One thing you miss the most about the Philippines.
Oh my gosh. Food. Food. I love to eat. I think here in the hotel at the Ascot, I'm always ordering the kare kare, and I don't know if they ran out because of me. Um, but it's just so funny because I'm always loving the food here and all of the desserts. I saw on TikTok Tahoe, so my brother Peter was like, "Can we get this?" So most definitely food and sweets and everything. I love to eat.
What's your favorite Filipino food?
Oh my God. Well, if it's not rice, I love kare kare. I love sinigang. I'll eat anything. I eat dinuguan too. I eat balot too. So I love, oh my gosh, everything. Caldereta, I'm like obsessed with. Um, I eat a lot. Like I don't think anybody understands. Like pancit, adobo, like lumpia, I can eat 100 in like a week. It's so good.
I was waiting for you to say lumpia.
Yes, always. Oh, I don't think I say it first because it's such a given. It's a
Yeah.
given. Lumpia. Oh my God, lechon too. Oh my God, so good.
So, what's your most embarrassing blooper on a date night?
Oh my God, blooper. I think when there's like lipstick on my teeth in combination with a lash like falling off, like the lash is like here and my eyes are watering. I hate when my eyes water and my concealer starts to melt. It's like the worst thing that can ever happen. I think it was on a red carpet for the Teen Choice Awards, and I looked at all the pictures. There was like lipstick all over my teeth, and I was like, I'm not posting these. So I just posted pictures from far away. So that was a huge blooper.
Oh my gosh, we don't want that because we always want to make a um good impression when we're out on a
Yes.
date, right? So, may we
Yeah.
ask if are you dating at the moment?
No, no dating. I mean, quarantine doesn't help with dating, but definitely just working so much so I can afford a date, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. Us too, Rachel. We need a date.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
The next
Number.
question. Craziest fan experience.
Craziest fan experience. Um, I was on live one day and I think I went on a date with a fan before. It was like so random. That was like so crazy. It was just like one date. Um and another one, oh my gosh, this is so funny. This is so rated R, but this fan wanted to take a selfie with me when I was out at a club, and he pulled up his phone, and his nudes were on his phone. So I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he's like, "I'm so embarrassed," and I was like, "Why was that on your phone?" And he was like, "I meant to pull up my camera, but he had his photo album," and I was like, "This is." It's more embarrassing for him than for me, but I was like, hey, I got to see what he had going on. So that was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That was
his
a treat
nudes,
though.
like
Was that a
full
treat?
nudes. Of course, of course. I was like, oh, very nice, very nice. Let's take a selfie. Yeah,
I hope he's watching the show so he would remember. Oh
I
my
hope
god,
so
that was
too.
me.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes.
All right. Okay. So number 4. 3 things you don't leave the house without.
Oh my gosh. My turban, chapstick, and eye drops. I have to have eye drops. My eyes always get red. People think that I'm like really tired or sleepy. I like my eyes to be moisturized. So moisturized eyes, moisturized lips, and my turban to keep me not bald.
All right.
Last question. Filipino celebrities you would like to do a collaboration with.
Oh my gosh. Who would I like to do a collaboration with? You know what? Everyone has told me to work with Vice Ganda. So I don't know how we have not ever crossed paths or work together or do each other's makeup. I think it would be so fun to work with him. I've worked with Pia. I love working with all the beauty girls. Always a Miss Philippines. I love working with. Um, but yeah, I think always a beauty queen and also the queens themselves. So yeah,
What was it like working with Pia?
stunning, stunning. And I did her makeup the year after 2 years after she had won. So she had won, she had passed the crown, and then she was a judge. So she had reached out to me and said, "Can you do my makeup?" And I was like, "Me?" And I was at a party a few weeks ago with Steve Harvey, and I didn't say anything, but it was just funny that that had just passed. But it was incredibly such an honor to work with her, and she taught me all of the gay lingo and Taglish lingo, and it's been so cool. So I'm learning a lot from her. I've made a new friend, Tony Labrusca, as well, who's also taught me a lot too. We met in Los Angeles, but it's really cool to see to work with these amazing, talented Filipino celebrities here, because especially because I'm from the States. So like working with them too was really, really, really cool.
Speaking of Tony, a lot of fans here in the Philippines were thrilled to when you posted him on your Instagram. So, how did your friendship kind of started? Who introduced who?
My brother Peter introduced me to Tony because we were at the Shang-Chi premiere for Marvel in Hollywood, and he was there for work, and Peter had seen his movie. I forgot what it was called. Something
Hello,
Stranger.
stranger.
Yes, Hello
Hello.
Stranger. And yes, and he was like, "That's the guy in the movie that I just watched," and I was like, "Peter, we all have masks in here, like a little brother." I was like, "Peter, how do you know that's him? Everyone in here is Asian. Everyone has a mask on. How do you know that that is him?" He's like, "I promise it's him." And we went outside, and he's like, "Is that him?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna ask." So I went and I asked. I was like, "Are you Anthony?" Because his Instagram says Anthony. I was like, "Are you Anthony Labrusca?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they call me Tony." He goes, "Are you PatrickStarrr?" And I was like, "Yes." And so I was like, "Do you want to do a makeup tutorial together?" And I want to learn more about the Philippines. And he was like, "Yeah." So him and his mom came over. I also did his mom's makeup, and we just kind of developed a slow relationship from there. And then he introduced me to Mond as well, and also I had met, oh my gosh, I don't want Casey as well in LA. So it's really cool to see all of these Filipino celebrities uh, chat and get to know each other as well. So that was really cool.
Oh, so you were talking about Casey Concepcion, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken, right? Because
yes,
she's there in
yes,
LA. How is
yes.
Casey?
She's so cool. I was having dinner, and I didn't know that I didn't know she was there. I didn't know because everyone has masks on. So she was like, "Oh my God, I want to meet you." And then one of my social media girls from ONESIZE was like, "That's Casey," and I was like, "Who? There's so many Filipinos here." There was like a Filipino premiere, so it was like really fun. And she's a fan, so it was really cool to see and meet her as well.
I have an additional question with regard to, meeting celebrities. Like in Hollywood, you've met a lot of celebrities. I mean, are you used to meeting them? Like, do you still get starstruck, or who among them is your, I think, favorite? Like, do you have any unforgettable experience that you want to share with us today?
Hmm. I feel like meeting a celebrity in a casual atmosphere at a party or on the red carpet is very normal to me. What I get starstruck at is seeing them in their work, seeing them in their element. So, for example, seeing Kim Kardashian pose in front of the camera, I'm like, wow. Or seeing a drag queen celebrity perform. I was in a movie with Andrew Garfield across from him, and I did a cameo, and we were in a scene together. So I'm like, wow, seeing him in the movie set like really blew me away. Seeing Tyra Banks when I did her makeup, she's like whipping her hair and modeling and posing. I'm like in awe of that. So I think it's really cool when I get to see the celebrities in their elements. And especially, I get more starstruck whenever they recognize me. I remember I was walking the red carpet and someone grabbed me on my shoulders. It was like, "PatrickStarrr." And I was like, "Who just grabbed me?" And it was Heidi Klum. And Heidi Klum was like, "I've always wanted to meet you," and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "This is crazy." Like, Eva Longoria has even posted me before. But when they recognize me, it's very much a surprise, too. So it's really cool when it's intimate, too.
Knowing how far you've come now, I mean, do you still remember how, you started, really um, small, and then now you've come to realize a lot of your dreams?
It's crazy because um, I read a quote yesterday that, you know, the past is a memory, the future is like a mystery, and today is a gift. And that's why they call it the present. And so I was like, wow, that's really crazy because I never knew what was going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen in a year. That's why it's a mystery. So I can only live in my memories and in the present day and be with that gift to really understand how far I've come. Because when you're going so fast and you're going on this journey, and I imagine I would record, I would edit, I would post, same thing. I would record, edit, post, travel. Like it's just so much. Like I think of life as a book. So I would always write in it and turn the page, keep writing my book. But there are never really any moments where I get to really look back at my past chapters in my life and really see how far I've come. So um, just realizing that and looking at that and what I've built in the past 8 years as PatrickStarrr is really incredible. I'm very proud of what I've built. My parents are very proud and accepting of what I've built, and millions of people are really proud of what I've built. And I'm really excited to see what the future is to hold for me and also the brand.
I remember when you were just starting in the business, like your parents weren't, really sold yet about like what are you doing? Like they didn't have an idea what your job is at that time. Now, are they really, how do they feel now about you, seeing how successful you've become?
Mhm. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy because, my dad would see me buy all of this makeup and say, sayang ng gastos, like you're always just spending, sayang ng kwarta, and then my mom would be like, oh my God, maraming makeup, like sayang, and then be like, where are you going? And I remember I had my first makeup job and they said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the Bahamas because they're flying me there to promote something. And then I remember I had a magazine cover shoot with, I believe, Preview Philippines in 2017, and we were in the dressing room. And I don't know a lot of Filipino celebrities. I didn't grow up watching, TFC or all those channels or movies. And I remember my mom, she was like, oh my God. And I'm there doing my makeup, and there's a girl next to me getting her makeup done. And my mom starts crying. I was like, what are you crying about? She's like, that's Alex Gonzaga. And I was like, I guess we're in the photo shoot together. So we did a cover together and BJ was shooting it. And I think when that magazine cover happened with Alex Gonzaga and also with Chris Aquino and then with Pia Wurtzbach, I think it kind of put things into perspective that, wow, like my son is a big deal and that he's made it. And I choose to share that with my followers to show other kids and other parents that you never know what's going to happen. So I really had to push and swim against what they wanted for me to have this successful career because if I didn't, then I probably wouldn't be here today. But they're very proud and they're very honored with the business that I built as their son and as a businessman.
Just so the other the pepsters who are watching would know what Patrick is saying. Like your mom or your parents wanted you to finish nursing, right?
Yeah, they wanted me to finish nursing. I actually was in my second year of college when I said I want to work, in makeup retail, and they were not happy. Um, but I was doing photography. I was teaching piano at the time, and I wanted to do makeup and hair, and they didn't want me to do it. But then I did what I wanted to do, and there was something inside of me that said, just do it, just go for it, just do it. If it makes you happy, you never know. And I remember, it's so funny because I remember, dads are dads. They would be like, patay mo ng TV, patay mo ng TV, turn it off, finish, you know, finish your homework. He would tell me to turn off Miss Universe. He would tell me to turn off America's Next Top Model. And now I'm working with Tyra Banks from Top Model and doing Miss Universe. So it was like such a cool thing. And I remember when I posted my video with Tyra Banks, I told my dad, I was like, do you remember when you told me to turn off the TV of Tyra Banks? I'm on the screen with her now. So it was very like a full circle moment. But hopefully other parents are able to support their kids and what they want to do and keep their opinions to themselves because you never know what the future holds for them.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool, Patrick. Thank you for sharing that.
Also,
Thank you.
I just share? I remember your magazine cover with Preview and Alex. That was their last print edition, I think, in 2018. So that was very memorable for me too, because I'm a fan of the
Uh,
magazine.
cool. Thank you. That
Okay.
was a huge honor, huge honor. And I also had BJ. He flew out from the Philippines to shoot my first fashion campaign for my first ever fashion collaboration with Fashion to Figure. And teaser, tomorrow I'm dropping my second collection with Fashion to Figure, shot also by BJ too. So I love empowering the Filipino community, and hopefully anyone listening or watching can just take away to follow their dreams, work very hard, and trust people that support you and celebrate you equally. So that's my message today.
Um, You mentioned earlier about growing up not watching TFC or having strict parents like every Filipino family there is. But a lot of Filipinos who grew up in America usually get parang comments about not being too Filipino for not practicing the Filipino culture. So, did you have any effort from your side to like learn Tagalog or
Yes,
maintain your Filipino identity?
of course. When I was young, I had a stuttering problem because my mom, she would speak Ilonggo to me, and then my dad's parents were with us, and my Lola is here in San Pedro. They would speak Bisaya, and then they would then throw in Tagalog, and then when I went to school, it was like English. So if they say like "let's go," my mom would say "maalis na tayo" or "malakat na ta." So it's like two different sayings, and I'm like, I would mix Ilonggo and then Tagalog at the same time, and they're like, "What are you saying? Malakat na tayo, malakat na ta, alis na tayo." I'm like, ano nang ibig sabihin ng what's wrong, So I like really stutter when it comes to that. But growing up, I grew up in this community, um, in Orlando, and there was an organization called Bayanihan, and so Bayanihan obviously stands for community camaraderie, and I learned traditional dances like the bangkok dance, tinikling, um, the coconut dance, the ilao dance with the candles. So I really, my parents really made an effort to really teach us and hone into that. But at the end of the day, whether I know Tagalog or not, for that matter, anyone, the Filipino spirit is transcends beyond language. The kindness of the Filipino culture, the warmth of the Filipino people, the strength and the smiles of the Filipino people are unmatched. And so that's what I've grown up with and that I've applied to me as PatrickStarrr, and also my business for many people to see. And so that's always been with me.
That's so cool. You were able to do that. This is a phone-in question from our friends in Cosmopolitan Philippines.
Hmm.
So shout out to our girlfriends there at Cosmo PH. Do you have any Filipino beauty products that you love using?
Oh my gosh, I have yet to go shopping here in the Philippines. I don't have any right now, but I mean, if there's any, I would love to know. So if you want to send me DMs on Instagram or send me pictures, I'll buy it. I should do a haul. Yeah.
Vice Ganda has his own makeup brand, so
Line.
maybe you can
Makeup
check
brand.
that out.
Yes. Awesome.
Aside from being a makeup guru, you're also an influencer manager through the Beauty Coop. How are you as a manager?
I think my experience is unlike any other manager. So for people to take my advice because of my success, I think has been so different because I know what it takes to edit, I know what it takes to post, I know what it takes to create good content and then be a good partner. So that was very important to me when um, working with these individuals. And I think a lot of young talent would say, "Oh my God, I don't know where to work. I don't know what to do." And so I said, "I'll start this little boutique um, agency and hopefully help guide them." And I called it the Beauty Coop because we're hatching talent one lash at a time. So that was pretty much where my inspiration is. But I love working with them very closely.
How do you discover talents for your agency?
Social media. Social media, love working with them, love partnering with them. And just because I'm the oldest sibling, so I just love working with individuals to nurture them in the best way possible.
What are usually the qualities that you look for when you're searching for a new talent?
Range. I love range. I don't want to. I want someone with a strong voice. I want someone that knows makeup, that can speak to makeup. I don't want just a look queen. I don't want someone with a pretty face. There has to be more to you than just doing beautiful makeup. Like, what is your point of view? Someone that has an opinion, someone that is very strong minded, and someone that's kind. Because I wouldn't want anyone unkind to work with me and that be an extension of who I am, because that's not what I teach. So I look for someone with range and a kind heart and spirit.
I like that, it's like you're paying it forward, after establishing yourself in the business, then you're now helping other content creators to find their own niche also. That's good,
Yes.
Patrick. It's like some sort, is that like your advocacy or something, to help
Yeah,
others
of
also find
course.
their way?
Yeah, for sure. Because I've seen a lot of people in the business fail because of mishandling of other people. So I wouldn't want that to happen to me, and hopefully set an example for other managers and other creators to really find someone that they can trust. And I think because of my success and my repertoire, I'm able to just show them what it takes. And so I think that's what makes me different. And hopefully other people can take note of caring for other individuals properly without being selfish. And that's what I advocate for.
How would you describe yourself as a manager? Are you the strict one, or
Yeah,
do you let
I'm
them?
honest. Honest. I'm very honest. Like, if you look bad, if your content looks bad, like it's not gonna fly. Like, I have a very high expectation when it comes to working together. I'm very disciplined. I'm very upfront because this is a very serious business. People want to pay you for amazing results. So to be a good partner, to make a good piece of content, to be a good influencer, it's a 360 job. You not just only have to do good makeup, but you have to speak to product great. You have to really be a good sponsor. So that's where I'm at when it comes to being a type of manager.
So some Filipinas, not all, okay, still have this thinking that I should have light skin, like they're not so confident yet with their morena skin. So, do you have any message for them? Like, we know that you're really proud of your color and who you are. So, how do you become confident about your skin color?
Hmm. Oh my gosh, you just have to own it. Like, the number one thing in the beauty space is to tan. People want to pay for what they don't have. And so if you think about the iconic beauties that are the most famous in the world today, they have beautiful tan skin, diverse features, and I think you just have to just own it. Own who you are. You are beautiful in your skin, and don't ever take it for granted. Like, I'm Filipino. I'm plus size. I lost all my hair, and I have dark, deep skin for being Asian. And so, and I have textured skin. I have bumpy skin, and I have, a big face. So I really had to make it work for me. But I think just owning who you are and just understanding that you are unique and different than anybody else is the best thing you can ever ask for. Being different is good.
Was there a time in your life when still feel you still felt insecure about what you thought at that time were your flaws, like how were you able to overcome it?
By makeup, by something that makes me happy. You have to do what makes you happy. And so even though I had flaws, I would find something that makes me happy. In doing something that makes me happy. So being transformative made me happy. I remember growing up and people would make fun of me for looking like a girl. And then later I was like, well, joke's on you because I can look sickening a beauty. Yeah, find what you love. If it's cooking, is it drawing, is it dressing differently? Yeah, you have to really embrace your insecurities, but it's gonna happen over time. You have to like go to like the mental gym and exercise those good thoughts, because on the daily, when you're feeling weak or insecure, you're always repeating those negative thoughts, and that's not healthy for your brain. So if you don't like your dark skin, you have to train yourself. I love my dark skin. You have to say it every day, and hopefully that muscle will be strong enough, and you will be strong enough to be confident in yourself.
Okay, I
So
love that.
good.
You have to
I love
practice
that
it.
too.
To, it's like building muscle. You're right.
Hmm.
So you have to practice it for you to really believe it. All right, we're
So
down.
Pepsters, I hope you guys learned so much with our interview with Patrick. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have right now. So Patrick, I'm giving you the time to like if you have something to promote your one size beauty and other projects you'd like to tell our
Hmm.
viewers right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Check out One Size Beauty at Sephora.ph. Follow me on social media, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, for secret projects coming out in 2022. We have so many amazing things, and I'll definitely be back in 2022 here in the Philippines, hopefully with a pop-up store or something exciting. So be sure to stay tuned for that.
We look forward to seeing your post here on your socials, Patrick. And that's it, Pepsters.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for being with us here today. We learned a lot. Thank you for your insights and your the lessons that you shared with us. I'm sure all our viewers are gonna love this video because just you not only talked about your brand but loving yourself and going after what you want. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And for our
you.
Pepsters, for the latest showbiz updates, visit lang sa pep.ph. And also, you can follow our social media accounts at Pep Alerts. Yung hanapin nyo on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Pep TV on YouTube, pep.ph on Viber, Kumu, and Calamansi. So there, we also have our own social media accounts. You can follow me at Mr. Nikko Tuazon and Rachel at.
At Pink She on Twitter and Instagram.
That's it, Pepsters. This has been Pep Spotlight. Bye.
Once again, Pepsters, PatrickStarrr.